Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen. Hello. How's everybody? Is everybody doing okay? Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Come in here. Come in here, my little crimsonites. Come in here. I made that up on the spot. Y'all like that? Tell me if y'all like that or not. My little crimsonites. Instead of my little kryptonites, my little crimsonites. I won't call y'all crimsonites if y'all want to be called my little crimsonites. Hey, Ruminant. Hey, Miss Bronze. Hey, C. Hey, AVP said blessings to all in the chat. Peace and prosperity. There are those who dislike you, but you must appreciate it for your work. I try. Hey, UFO. Okay. So, listen. SoHo Karen, if for whatever reason you don't know who that is the woman who has gone viral for attacking the young black boy that she accused of stealing her iPhone. He didn't have the iPhone. He never had the iPhone. And that video went viral because she attacked that boy. She jumped him. Hey, Poonam. She jumped him. She was yelling at him. She was, trying to get in his face. His father was there. He was like keeping her away from his son, telling her that his son did not have her phone. She didn't want to believe it. She just kept on insisting that he's the one that had her phone. Now, there was no evidence or context given as to why she thought he specifically had the phone, but he didn't have the phone and he never had the phone. Turns out after all of that, what was on the video, she had left her phone in an Uber or something like that, and the Uber driver brought it back. Okay. So that was where her phone was at. She had lost her own phone. And so she jumped that boy in the hallway and tried to I guess she was trying to take his phone, or I don't know what she calls herself jumping him for. But the father pulled her off of him, and so there's a whole big thing going on. So today, she had the interview, or part of the interview comes out that she did with Gayle King on CBS this morning, the show CBS this morning. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at this interview. Y'all gotta hear this interview for yourself. I cannot even, I can't. So what I'm gonna do, let me go in here and we're going to go to this full screen. I'm waiting to make sure y'all can see. Okay, so you guys can see this, and I'm gonna try to, it's just 6 minutes and 28 seconds. I'm gonna play it all the way through with no commentary, and then I'm gonna comment.
Black teenager and falsely accusing him of stealing her cell phone has been arrested in California. It happened last night. You might remember this video. Mia Ponsetto approached 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. at a New York City hotel last month, accusing him of stealing her phone. His father, jazz musician Keon Harold, recorded the encounter and accused Ponsetto of racial profiling.
We have what you see two black people.
No, I'm not letting you walk away with my phone.
Now, the video shows Ponsetto trying to stop the teenager from leaving the hotel lobby and then rushing toward them. Hotel surveillance video shows the 22-year-old woman tackling Keon Jr. Now, he never had the phone. It turned up several minutes later at the hotel. New York City detectives went to California yesterday to coordinate Ponsetto's arrest in connection with the confrontation. She was contacted at a traffic stop in Ventura County near Los Angeles. Officials say that police had to pull her out of the car when she refused to get out. Now, in an exclusive interview, we had just done that interview yesterday afternoon. Her lawyer spoke with us before she was arrested. They told us that NYPD had not yet contacted them. Mia, help me understand. What made you think that Keon had your phone? That's why I'm confused. Why did you think he had it?
I was approaching the people that had been exiting the hotel because in my mind, anybody exiting is probably the one that might be the one that is trying to steal my phone.
I know I said I wasn't gonna comment. I know I said that I was gonna let this video play. Y'all, I know I said I was gonna let this video play. Y'all see this chick show up to a nationally syndicated interview with a dingy little cap that say daddy on it, a leather jacket, a midriff tank top, and bad acne scars on her face. She ain't even bother to put no type of foundation or nothing on her face. Sitting there looking like Kurt Angle with a hat on. Okay, I'm just gonna play it.
Admit, yes, I could have approached the situation differently or maybe not yelled at him like that and made him feel, maybe some sort of
Don't she look like Kurt Angle round about the jaw? Okay, I'm not gonna stop it.
inferior way, making him feel as if I was like hurting his feelings, because that's not my intention. I consider myself to be super sweet. I really never ever meant for it to like hurt him or his father either.
Are you saying that you were stopping everybody in the lobby, asking them about your phone? Is that what you're saying?
Not everyone, just the people that in the meantime, while the hotel manager was checking the footage, I just wanted to do my part as best as I could.
You just described yourself as super sweet. I know you've seen the video. When you look at the video, the reaction seems very extreme. It doesn't seem like it's someone who's super sweet.
How would you feel if you were alone in New York and you're going to spend time with your family during the holidays and you lose the one thing that gets stolen from you that has all of the access to the only way that you're able to?
This level of spin, this little story spinning she doing, this little spin doctor stuff she doing, how would you feel if you were alone in New York visiting your family? Are you alone in New York, or was you visiting your family for the holidays? You see what I'm saying? Because if your family is in that city, you're not alone in that city. You have family in that city. You're alone in a place when you don't know nobody at that place and you don't really have a connection or a rapport with those people. How would you feel if you showed up on CBS this morning looking like Kurt Angle around the jawline and bad acne scars and crooked teeth, huh? How would you feel?
To get back home.
I just don't think I would randomly attack people, is what I'm saying to you. I know you said you could have handled it better, but I would randomly attack people in the manner in which you did. What do you think when you look at that video? You're standing there in your leggings and your flip-flops, and it looks like you're just going nuts, for lack of a better word.
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
I don't feel that is who I am as a person. I don't feel like this one mistake does define me, but I do sincerely from the bottom of my heart apologize that if I made the son feel as if I assaulted him, or if I hurt his feelings or the father's feelings.
I don't believe one mistake defines anybody, but I think when I look at that particular video, you did more than just accuse him. The video seems to show that you physically attacked this young boy. You do see that too, right?
But at the end of the day, the dad did end up like slamming me to the ground and pulling my hair and throwing me and dragging me across the ground. So I will say that.
Yeah, but I think
she tried it. Kurt Angle tried it. Okay. Kurt Angle in drag really did try it. Okay. With that scraggly little dusty dirty hat that she grabbed from underneath her dirty little dusty futon in her studio apartment that she paying $1,200 for, but she won't keep it clean for nothing in the world, and it got roaches. And the apartment building that she live in looked like one of them converted motels. You know, it had all the doors on the outside with the stairs, the iron wrought stairs that go up, but the banister is weak and rusty. She live in one of them. Nobody is Kurt Angle's friend. They should have told Kurt, you know, you need to put some makeup on if you're gonna try to pass for a woman. Thank you, Ruminant. Say, I don't feel that's who I am as a person as you watch footage of you as a person doing just that. Exactly. Oh, she was sued for some chick named Star said she doesn't pay rent. She was sued by her landlord for a lack of payment. She look like she don't pay no rent. For all that money Kurt Angle made in the WWE, it would seem like she would have rent money. I won a gold medal at the Olympics with a broken neck. I'm expecting her to tell us that story.
I think, you know, the video we saw, it looked like you had just attacked his son.
Yeah, the footage shows me attacking his son, of attacking him how? Yelling at him? Yes. Okay, I apologize. Can we move on?
I know you're saying I don't need to, I just want to apologize, but I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism
Now, what I would like to draw attention to is that's not her mother sitting there. That's her lawyer. Now, I'm gonna go back and I want you to listen to this. Listen very, very carefully to what Kurt Angle says. I need y'all to listen very carefully to these next few mumbled, scrumbled, jumbled words. But I need you to listen because it's very important. So I'm gonna try to take it back just a little bit.
Basically, I'm a 22-year-old
day.
Okay.
I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism I said, how is one girl accusing a guy about a phone a crime? Where is the context in that?
Mia,
what is the deeper
Mia,
story
it's
here?
not. That's not the problem. You have to at least understand your actions that day. You seem to have attacked this little boy, this young boy, this teenager. You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone, and then it turned out he didn't even have your phone. That's the thing. I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone. The hotel did end up having my phone. I did get my belongings returned to me.
All right.
Oh, wow.
All right, Gayle.
Enough.
That was my favorite part. Enough. Now, the Harrell family's lawyer released a statement last night. They said this is not about an apology from...
I'm gonna start doing that to y'all in the chat room. When I don't like what y'all saying, I'm gonna say enough.
someone who until a few days ago was claiming she did nothing wrong and in fact alleged that Keon Harrell Sr. had assaulted her, someone who targeted a 14-year-old black teenager because of the color of his skin. We'll have more of our interview with Miss Mia Monsetto on Monday. You know, I actually felt for the attorney there who was really trying to help her. And then, you know, when she interjected, Mia would get upset about that. She insisted that she's not racial profiling. She has an explanation about that. And, you know, it was reported that an Uber driver returned the phone. She says that's not true. So she wanted to make an apology, but as I said to her in the interview, I'm not sure you're helping yourself here.
Well, the point is, he didn't have her phone.
No, he did not.
And?
He did not.
Interesting choice of hat, by the way.
Yeah, also the point is that the video footage is pretty clear, and she doesn't seem quite ready to acknowledge what it shows.
You know, her lawyer, Sharon, sitting by her side, tried to help her. It's interesting you would point out the hat because Sharon said, you know, you might want to remove that hat.
No.
And she refused to do that, too. So it was an interesting afternoon. And at the time, you know, I said, have NYPD been in touch with you? They had not. So it was interesting that right after that interview, that she was stopped and then arrested.
Well, she said she didn't understand why it's a crime. Well, she might learn now.
Yeah. Okay. It's a very sad story, though. Really,
it is a very sad story.
I think there's something sad about her and the fact that the trauma that she put this 14-year-old teenager through.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Now, okay. There were some interesting things, and I actually took a couple of notes. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Y'all about to get some heat, so get them cash apps ready. The first and most obvious thing about her is the level of entitlement, okay? Now, what people will misunderstand when looking at this, okay, I'm going to do a small poll in the chat room. For those of you who believe that she's entitled because she's palm colored, put a 1 in the chat if you believe that her entitlement comes from her perceived palm coloredness. I want to see something. I just want to see. I think it's because of that. What if I told you that's not where her entitlement comes from? What if I told you Her entitlement isn't because of her perceived ethnicity. Her entitlement is because of her gender. That's where her entitlement comes from. Thank you, Damon. So keep it up with the powerful content. Thank you. Her entitlement doesn't come from her perceived palm coloredness. It actually comes from her being a woman. Notice how she framed herself versus how she framed the boy. Now, I'm not saying that there are no racial undertones. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying her entitlement and the way she's behaving isn't necessarily coming from that. It's coming from a gender-based thing. Because of the way she framed it, I'm a 22-year-old girl. You're not a girl. You're a young woman. You're not a girl. Because if somebody tried to stop you from doing something you thought that you could do, you would be quick to tell them how grown you were. So you're not a girl, you're just a young woman. Girls are girls. They're underage. They don't have a clear sense of things. They're children. You're not a child. You're grown. You somewhere probably got an OnlyFans. I don't want to hear about, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Ugh. Okay. And she framed the boy who's actually underaged as a guy. If you hear a woman referring to some guy, you automatically think an adult male. Am I right or wrong? If you heard me say, yeah, I was talking to some guy about Blase Skippy, you would automatically assume that the guy, quote unquote, that I'm speaking of in such vague terms is an adult male. You don't think underage boy. You don't think young teenage boy. And then Gayle, while she was trying to make sense, most of the interview had to try to be like, well, at first she referred to the young boy as a boy. And then she like corrected herself and referred to him, this teenager, like he was 17. The young boy is a boy. He's still subject to child labor laws. He a boy. He not a young man, he's a boy. In every legal scope in this country, he's a boy. He not old enough to drive. He not old enough to drink. He not old enough to be all kind of different places by himself. He's a boy. At 14, you like a freshman in high school. He a boy. He not a man. He's not a guy. He's a boy. And this is part of the issue. That young black boys are perceived as men, no matter how young they are. Tamir Rice was perceived as a dangerous man. Funny how, and I swear I'm not gonna get into it. But funny how Tamir Rice could get shot within a 3-second encounter, but you got real guys storming the Capitol building and nobody bats an eyelash. And when they do something stupid, it's, you know, they was young, they're boys. They boys, palm-colored men are referred to as boys until they about 30 years old. They'll call them kids. Yeah, they're just kids. I've heard it on sports so many times. Football, watching basketball, and I'm talking about professional level. Let's say you got some rookies that come in through the NFL. You know, they've just gotten out of college. So they about 22, 21, 22, 23. And those coaches and sportscasters and stuff will be quick to refer to them as kids. Whole grown men. Kids. But when they talk about the young black men who are that age, they're young men. They're men. See, I got my own theory about that. Thank you, Revelator, for the cash out, and Elgene as well. See, I got a theory about that. Why they refer to black boys as men and they refer to palm-colored men as kids. See, there's a twofold issue behind that. The number one issue behind that is to be able to frame black men as being older and more competent so that their punishments can be harsher, so that they aren't allowed to receive the benefit of the doubt that you would give a child or a very young adult male. So they want to be able to charge black men as adults when they do stuff when they 15. So let's say he was involved in some type of little petty crime at 15. They want to portray him as a man, so they'll try him as an adult, which removes the child's benefit of the doubt, the immaturity card, and saying that, okay, well, he's immature. This is why he's running with a goofy crowd and doing stupid stuff, because he's a kid. And he's being persuaded in different stupid ways. So instead of trying to incarcerate him, let's, just get him somewhere, somebody teach him something, po thing, because he's just led astray now. No benefit of the doubt for him. This is why they want to say that no matter what age a black boy is, he's a man. That perception is what got Emmett Till killed. Because at the time, Pigeon Face, the woman that accused Emmett Till to get him killed, was about 21 or 22. And I call her Pigeon Face. If you look at young pictures of her, she looked like a whole pigeon. She like a pigeon, okay? That's what got Emmett Till murdered. Brutally. The perception that black boys are men no matter what age they are, and that they're fully cognizant and aware of everything that a grown, fully matured man would be no matter what his age. So in that way, they remove the wiggle room for black boys to behave immaturely at appropriate ages where you would be immature. You are immature at 13, 14, 15. You're immature. They're not men, the boys. Especially in this society. In another society, at 15 or 16, he's a man, but then they would have been grooming him to be a man at that age. But we're not talking about other societies and cultures. We're talking about American culture. And in American culture, you're a kid at 14 and 15 and 13, and you're a kid. It's a lot of stuff that's not legal for you to do. Thank you, Barry Little. Thank you, Ruminant. Said Gayle had to get at least one of the wheels of the bus over that boy. She did. She did. She has to always do her work for the gynocracy. Yes, Tay Ashley, and when it's convenient, they'll call a black man a boy in order to demean him, which leads me to the second reason why they will promote black boys to be men, no matter what age they are. The second part of my theory is that they understand the natural masculinity of black men is above their own. So they will refer to themselves as kids until they're older, because they understand that their natural masculinity is not there. That overall, as a collective, black men have more natural masculinity than they do. And they recognize that, and that's their snarky little way, their little sarcastic way of actually acknowledging it. Thank you, Mr. Heat, C. Bellamy, and Mark for the cash apps. I think so that's my two-part theory. Number one is in order to remove any sort of benefit of the doubt that a black man or boy would get for immaturity or for being involved in the wrong crowd or something like that. And also, it's their snarky way of recognizing the overall collective masculinity of black men as being superior to their own. The framing of herself as a girl is also part of feminism. See, this era, this wave, what are we on, the fourth, fifth wave of feminism? This wave of feminism entitles women, and what it does is it empowers her, quote unquote, on the one end, and it removes her agency on the other end. In essence, feminism makes women both the villain and the victim. And you can't be a villain and a victim. Shout out to Cookie Monster for that one. You gotta pick which one. You can't be a villain and a victim. But feminism will have women thinking they can have their cake and eat it too. See, she was a villain in this situation, but she tried to perpetrate like she was a victim. And the father pulled my hair and drugged me across the floor. He should have kicked you in your face. Because if I was there and that was my son, they'd have arrested me right next to you. Because I'd have drugged you for filth. You touch my baby, you call yourself gonna jump my baby? We gonna see who jumped what. So the entitlement comes from feminism and the gynocracy. This is why I bang on it so hard. Can't be a villain and a victim. You gotta pick. You gotta pick. She tried to be a whole victim. Sitting there, I don't know what was with her get up. I don't know if she thought that was going to make her seem sympathetic or what was with her clothing choice, but it made her seem like she had a low budget OnlyFans channel that was struggling. She had an OnlyFans struggle channel. That's what she had. When she turned her webcam on, it'd be like two people. One of them is her on her phone while the laptop is going. This chick looked like her feet stayed dirty. She stayed with toe jam between her toes. Thank you, Mr. Angela C. and Mr. He said I would say hero. They would prefer the term hero and victim at the same time. She got a struggle OnlyFans channel. Chicks is driving Benzes with OnlyFans channel. She got a struggle channel. She looked like she hang dirty panties on her bed, on her bathroom door, on the doorknob. So if you go to touch it, you gotta go through her panties to touch the doorknob. And she don't remove them either. She just look at you like you gonna open the door. She one of them. She one of them step over the panties in the middle of the bedroom floor. She one of them chicks who got a vinyl shower curtain that she don't never change, and it's just nasty. It's just filthy with mold. You don't even want it to touch you. She happily jump in the shower whenever she do. She jump in her little moldy shower and wash up with her little mildewy washcloths with no soap on it. Tell me I'm lying. Kurt Angle has fallen. Okay. You couldn't even afford to put you on a little foundation and you gonna go into a nationally syndicated TV show and do an interview and you ain't gonna cover them blemishes and them acne scars. You done sat there and picked at your face all night. Now you ain't gonna cover it with a little concealer. Girl, you ain't got no type of pride in your appearance or nothing. I do better than that, and I'm not nationally syndicated yet. I speak it into existence. I will be nationally syndicated before the year's out. But the biggest problem here is the way black boys and black men are perceived. Some guy had my phone. No guy didn't even have your phone. The reports say a Uber driver brought it back, which means you got your stanky footed self into a Uber and left the phone because you studied shuffling in that trash compactor you call a purse. And you study shuffling in it and then hurried up and got out the car because you don't like the Uber driver. He was looking at me funny. You one of them chicks that the Uber driver was looking at me funny. Wasn't nobody looking at you. You average at best. She a average at best chick. This is an average at best chick, y'all. This is a chick that go commando in the summertime with no powder. This is the type of chick that won't take a shower that morning if she knows she going to the beach because the ocean will take care of it. This is a chick that skips shaving her underarms sometimes. This is her with a dusty, filthy, little, nasty, little dingy cap on that say daddy. What's that all about? Daddy. You shaming your daddy. Your daddy needed to teach you something. He need to come somewhere and snatch you and pop you upside your head, because what you have done is shame your daddy by acting like you ain't had no home training. A daddy cap. Girl, if you don't, girl. I wish any Ann of mine show up somewhere looking that scruffy. You will not shame me. Like I didn't teach you how to dress before you go outside. She showed up in a pleather jacket and a nude colored midriff, y'all, with what looked like leggings, probably them same funky, filthy leggings she had on in the video. She ain't washed them. They funky in the crotch and all of that. With that little stinking hat on that's got a sweat rim all around the inside. That's why her lawyer was sitting next to her like this, because she stank. It was all that woman could do to be like, oh God, girl. Just sitting there musty. Smelling like boiled onions and 21-day-old tamales. You better stop. Listen, that's about all I got for y'all today. I got a few thoughts and announcements about the channel. I may put up a poll on my community tab. So what I want people to do is keep a lookout, ring my notification bell. First of all, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, that is greatly appreciated, and it is support of the channel. The more people that subscribe and hit the like button, the better that YouTube is like, oh, okay, this is what people like. So support of the channel comes in that form as well, which is very, very, very much appreciated. It is just as much appreciated as monetary support. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, please, please, please go ahead and hit the subscription button and then click the notification bell, because I do post things on my community tab. And I was thinking about posting some polls or something like that on the community tab, because I just had some ideas for the channel. But anyway, we can discuss that another time. I might go live another time for that. But before we check out of here, what I want everyone to do, first of all, this show and this channel is being sponsored by A-Game. And in order to get A-Game, what I need you to do right now is go into the description box and click the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10. All right, so this is a male herbal solution. So this is for the guys. So guys, go ahead, click that link, get your discount. And for the ladies, get this for the men in your lives. Give them the gift of better health. They will thank you, and thank you again. And with that being said, I am going to cut out of here. Peace out. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.